This is so weird, you guys. I'm still trying to figure out the format of this show. Like, how far are they gonna go with this? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with a new show. Yes, we are now going to watch the latest addition to the Marvel collection via their streaming platform, WandaVision. So, I honestly don't know what to expect from this series. I'm not gonna lie, Wanda and Vision were kind of secondary characters to me in the entire Avengers franchise, and I guess you could say that that's really the way they were set up to be, because we didn't see them really unless it was in the movies, except with the exception of Vision, of course, who I think popped into Iron Man if memory serves, but you get the point. Both of them were really kind of part of the ensemble cast. We didn't really learn much about Wanda outside of course, a little bit of her origin stories in Avengers 2. This is going to be an interesting ride, I think, because we're going to most likely be taking a bit of a deeper dive into each of these characters, around their motivations. And so anyways, back to the actual premise of this show. There's not much that they've written about it, and I think that's because all we've really been told is that this is after the Avengers movies have happened, so we're not in the past. This is literally supposed to be kind of after what happened in the last few movies. So I think I've talked about this enough, so I'm going to jump into the reaction. But before we do, you know how it goes here. If you've been here before and you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can be notified when I do more reactions to this show or anything else that I might react to. I do happen to react to other Marvel shows. You can check that out on my page. And if you are new here and you like what you see, please go ahead and join the fam. We don't bite here. We're quite friendly, actually. Okay, we bite a little bit, but I promise you it'll be fun. Wait, what am I talking about? Doesn't matter anymore. Without further ado, let's get into this episode right about now. Okay guys, this is totally giving me I Dream of Jeannie vibes, and I know that is a really, really old show. It was before my time, but reruns would come on, and my mom loved that show.
What do you say to silver dollar pancakes, crispy hash browns, bacon, eggs, freshly squeezed orange juice, and black coffee?
I say, oh, I don't need food.
I was about to say, I don't think Vision needs food.
Right above today's gate.
Oh yes, the heart. Well, don't tell me you've forgotten this.
Like she's even wearing the 50s cone bra. Guys, I'm sorry. Look at that! It's the real Paul Bettany, guys! Kyo. It's kind of interesting watching it like this because I was first introduced to Paul Bettany through some of his earlier work and his comedic timing. I think the first thing I saw him in was actually Knight's Tale, and that's where his comedic side came through, so it's kind of nice to be able to see it again after so long.
What's your name? Where are you from? Most importantly, how's your bridge game?
How'd you just walk in my house? You're supposed to say, can I come in?
How to treat your husband to keep your husband. And let me tell you, what Ralph could really use is how to goose your wife so you don't lose your wife.
Wow. What's really sad is that those articles actually existed. Some of the stuff from the 50s was literally horrifically misogynistic. Don't talk back. Really? Calm down, Vish. No one's noticing this. No one.
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Would you be so good as to tell me what it is we do here?
Right?
Do we make something?
Right? I've always wondered what these 50 shows men ever did. It's just there was always The Office.
No skeletons in your closet, eh, Vision?
I don't have a skeleton, sir.
Glad to hear it. Your future in this company...
I have a framework, if you will.
This machine has some shine.
You said it. Set the dial and get the taste back into your toast.
Oh my god. Toast doesn't have taste. What you mean?
All new Toast Meat 2000 by Stark Industries.
Stark!
This is your future.
Missy Boo. This is so weird, you guys. I'm still trying to figure out the format of this show. Like, how far are they gonna go with this? It's that 70s show. Mom, I love her.
What's the meaning of this?
It's a whole different kind of dinner party, boss.
Your boss and his wife are expecting a home-cooked meal.
Exactly.
Any chance they'd settle for single chocolate-covered strawberries with 3 ways? my
I mean, there's other things you could serve, is all I'm saying. Okay, guys, this is not the way that I hope to find out that Paul Bettany plays the ukulele, but I'm down. This would have been a great scene, an after scene for Avengers. Like, Vision just sitting there playing the uke while, like, Thor's dancing along. Like, come on.
So, where did you two move from? What brought you here? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Wow. Okay, ma'am. Can we just start with one question at a time? Holy interrogations.
And we were married.
Yes, we were married.
Well, moved from where? Married when?
No, patients
Okay,
recognition.
so here's the interruption of the Matrix.
It's what exactly is your story?
Oh, just leave the poor
It's quite sad, actually. See, the world was ending because these killer aliens were coming, and
Honestly. Damn it, why? Why did you...
Heimlich! Somebody Heimlich!
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
I love it. If you could just die after dinner, I'm having a good conversation here.
Stop it.
Okay, so what does this represent?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Interesting.
Your head?
She was so calm. She's like, he does this every other dinner party. Never mind.
And the rings?
You're a witch.
Could you make some for us?
Yeah. And scene. Babs Digby. Oh, who's watching? Who's broadcasting? What's happening? Who's that? All right, guys. Well, that was episode 1 of WandaVision, and interesting, to say the least. It was weird. And not necessarily in a bad way. Like, it literally was like a lift and shift. If you've ever watched any of the shows that were very prevalent, in the United States back in the 50s, 60s, probably even the 40s. I don't even know when sitcoms became a thing, but I know the 50s and 60s for sure. This was exactly the way that they were, right? Really cheesy storylines. I love that they kind of peeled away some of the layers of the holes that existed in those storylines, like Vision, who worked at a company which no one could ever describe what happened at the company, right? And of course, sadly, the misogynism of the housewife who looks pristine at all times and lives to cook dinner for her husband and reads these trashy articles and had these horrible articles that were 99% of the time written by men to keep women in these tiny little boxes as far as like their whole ambition in life being to please their husband. Oh, goodness. It was the time, let me tell you. But I think the most interesting things that we saw come out of this episode were the holes, I guess you could say. Like they made sure that we saw that there were holes in the pristine nature of it, right? Yes, they're married. Things look great. He knows that he's not human. She knows that she can do things that are abnormal, but that's not where the weirdness really comes in, right? The weirdness really came in with the dinner party when the wife finally asked the substantial questions, right? Like, where are you from? Where'd you come from? When'd you guys get married? Like, what's all these things that should have been easy things to answer in the real world, but because this isn't real, because this is, we don't know yet. We don't know if this is a dream. We don't know if this is some kind of a induced situation, but the point was, the points of the story where I believe the real stuff, the painful stuff would have hit, like, where did they come from? Well, this is supposed to be after Endgame that we know that Wanda suffered a huge loss, right? She had to watch Vision die twice. Yeah, basically, in order to try to save the world, she lost somebody that she loved a lot. The old world is where she lost her twin brother, which is never talked about, but we all know it happened. Just all these things that would have related back to the real world, and the stuff that would have, as I said, brought any type of emotional or deeply painful response from Wanda or Vision. We saw that the boss started to cough and die in that moment, right? And then you have the wife repeating over and over again, stop it, stop it, stop it. So I looked at that, I perceived that as her saying, stop getting to the real, like stop getting to the real world, stop going and investigating the actual truth, which is, as we all know, life's in color, Vision is gone, and that they were never married and this situation never existed. So yeah, very interesting that we kind of had that one real kind of, you could say, peek behind the veil of whatever this weird fake veneer of the show is, and that it got cut off by the husband almost dying, and then again Wanda telling Vision to be the one to help him, which I'm interpreting that as her basically saying, I don't want to delve back into the real world where these questions are going to give me real answers. So very interesting. And then of course the ending scene where we zoom out and it looks like somebody is controlling the show, or I don't know what you'd call it. Like, what is that? The control room in a lot of these, the monitoring room and these types of things. So it almost indicates that potentially someone is behind all of this, or potentially controlling what's happening inside of this fake world. And there's just so many things that could be possible. Like, I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little incoherent here, but it's Marvel, right? Anything is possible in the Marvel world. Like, we've got so many mutants out there that can do all kinds of things. This could literally be somebody who's doing to Wanda what Wanda did in the second Avengers movie, where she put people into this living, waking nightmare, right? She could be literally trapped in some kind of a dreamscape that a mutant's created for her. Or it could be somebody else. It could be Hydra. Like, there's just too many possibilities. I have never in my life seen a premiere that was like this, especially considering the fact that we still don't really know what this is all about. We don't know the premise fully yet. Like, all we know, I guess, at this point is that we know this can't be real. And when we got to the closest version of reality with those questions with the dinner party, something abrupt happened to bring Wanda back into the illusion. But we didn't really get much outside of just a feel for how weird this world is so far in this episode, I would say. Like, maybe I'm missing it, maybe that I haven't seen it, but if anyone else has any other theories based on this episode, please let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I'm hoping by episode 2 I have a better idea of what's going on, because right now it literally is a giant question mark for me. But it's interesting. I like this. I like that it's a little bit more of a lateral way of telling a story. We're coming at this in a less standard formulaic way, and I think it's a great way for Marvel to explore more ways to tell the stories of these characters that aren't necessarily front and center in the Marvelverse. So look forward to watching more of the show. Please let me know what you thought of the pilot in the comments below if you watched it, and if you want to keep watching this show. And if I've missed anything, please let me know below. As I said, I don't know a lot of the subtext of this storyline, so if you've got any theories or ideas, let me know below. So that's it for this first episode. I will see you with the second one soon. If you liked it, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more from this geeky face, please click subscribe. Until next time,